Can y'all see me? Hello? We good? Okay. Looks like we're good. Welcome. One second, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Noelle, aka MakeupEsquire, and we are live streaming both on Instagram and on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me today. A little bit later of a start than I wanted to, but I figured we could just do a good old late night, Friday night live chat, right? I have been ordering multiple orders from the Sephora sale. They've been trickling in, and so I figured I would share them with y'all. Hope everybody's Friday night is going well. My name's Noelle, once again, and I am a lawyer by day, but I do beauty content on my time off. So welcome to my channel. I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram. I'm almost at 1,000 followers on Instagram. Very happy about that. And I appreciate all of your support, and it really helps me out if you share this live with people that you think might be interested in watching, and like it and interact. If you're watching, leave me a comment down below letting me know where you're from. I'd love to get to know you. Hey, Dee Dee. How are you? We're doing a good old Sephora haul. Okay, so, hey Tanya, how are you? So the first thing I grabbed from Sephora during the VIV sale, and by the way, if my, hey son, the first thing, I'm also live on YouTube, so feel free to catch me on YouTube as well. Let's go through the products that I've been grabbing during the Sephora sale. First and foremost, my skin looks really shiny right now because I did get a CO2 cool peel laser earlier today. So I'm looking a little bit sunburned, and I just wanted to show y'all my progress in case anybody is interested in watching my journey with I also did PRP microneedling together with the cool peel laser today. So that was a very interesting process where they take blood out of my arm and then inject it back into my face. So far so good. Anyway, first things first is this lovely perfume by Valentino. She's a new one. This is the Valentino Donna Born in Roma Extra Dose Parfum. And this was a blind buy, but I'm so glad that I bought her because not only is this bottle gorgeous, like, are you kidding me? Look at that, right? But it smells really lovely as well. So you really can't go wrong. I'm wondering if they have the notes on the box. No, they don't. But you can look them up on the Sephora website if you're interested in the notes. It's like vanilla, but it's like a little bit musky, which I love. So perfect for everyday going out, etc. I have a whole collection of these Valentino perfumes behind me, and they never disappoint. So I have a little tray here of the rest of the products that I picked up that I wanted to go through. And starting with, yes, the brand new Pat McGrath eyeshadow palette. Okay. So I wasn't going to get her at first, and then I decided to. Just because it's new and I can get a 20% off sale. Hey Peach, finally, there you are. So, hey son, thanks for joining me on YouTube as well. Look at how beautiful this color story is, y'all. Are you kidding me? Like, come on. Beautiful, right? Lovely packaging. It's just unfortunate that ordering it online, like, it did come kind of like beat up. So that's a little bit disappointing if you know, you're like me and you like to collect these really lovely boxes by Pat McGrath. The other one that I picked up that I wasn't going to pick up, but it was going to be the last one to complete my collection. And now I will have officially all of these Pat McGrath Mothership palettes. It was the 11, and at first I skipped on the 11 because I thought it would be too pink of a color story for my liking. But then Peach up on here told me that I needed her. So thanks, Kat, for making me pull trigger on her. I know that typically on Pat McGrath's website, she runs sales up to like 30% off. But I just figured I would pick her up during the Sephora sale because now that I picked up the new one, I just figured, why not complete my collection, right? Don't be like me. Okay, moving on. As far as another new product that's very exciting, the Westman Atelier. This is the duo from the new releases that she came out with. That come with, some of them come with a bronzer and a blush, and then some of them just come with 2 blushes. There, 2 out of the 3 that Sephora sells are sold out right now, so I had to just pick up the only one that's still left in stock. But yeah, Kat, I am on YouTube. Sorry, I had to like restart it, but go and join on there now. It's live. So this is the shade that I picked up. This is the shade Fizz and Jam. So Fizz is on the left side, then it's Jam. So it's this really pretty bright pink and this like plummy purple. So I don't know, I just feel like swatching this for y'all. Oh, look at how pretty. Right? So pretty. Okay, let me watch. And I was worried at first that maybe the purple one would be too strong for my liking. But I don't know. We're going to try to make her work because I've been hearing really great things about these Westman Atelier duos. And she's cute. I really love this like light dusty pink. Yeah, I know, but I restarted on their Cat afterwards. So I'm streaming right now. So there's that. Very exciting. Sun, I think these would look really pretty on you too, probably. So love that. Okay, moving right along. I did pick up 2 additional blushes in the YSL Make Me Blush formula. Okay, did I need these? No, I already had shade 37, Peachy Nude. And so I just ended up picking up number, what is this, 93 and 87. I wanted to try out the shimmer formula, like the more satin one. So I picked up this one that kind of is that classic, like, you know, NARS Orgasm shade. That's like pinky gold. Pretty. And then I just kind of got sucked in and I wanted to try this cool pink. So I don't know if I'll keep them. I don't know how that one is going to look on my skin tone. We shall see. Did I need an additional 2 YSL blushes? Absolutely not. Yet. Here we are, alas. Then I also picked up 2 of the new Rare Beauty blushes. Did I need more blushes, y'all? No. You know what drew me in about these? This is what got me sucked in. The texture. Supposedly these are all over TikTok right now because of this like squishy texture. There you are. So the texture, y'all, the texture did it for me. It's so interesting. It's like moussey. So I picked up the shade Happy. I picked up 3 shades because I just could not decide which shade to pick up. So this is in the shade Happy. Let's swatch, shall we? That's shade Happy right there. Gorge. Swatch a little bit more. Ooh, pretty. Pretty, 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 right? Oh, y'all, I love swatching new makeup. It's like the most exciting pastime ever. So beautiful. I don't know, it's something about the moussey texture that just gets me every time, y'all. Every time, okay? Then I got the shade Alive, which is this beautiful red. And look, I haven't even swatched her because I wanted to do it on camera with y'all. Pretty, right? Swatching her for the first time, it's almost like cool to the touch, y'all. It's the weirdest thing. But, oh my gosh, look at how bright and electric it keeps going. That swatch. Look at how gorgeous that bright orange is in the shade Alive. And then I have one more. Here she is. Haven't even taken her out of the box yet. This is in the shade Grateful. Hey Sylvia, thanks for stopping by and saying hi. Have fun. Hey Albie, how are you? Welcome to the live. I'm showing off my Sephora haul. Okay, so this is the third Rare Beauty blush that I got, and this is in the shade Grateful. This is like the more red one. So the shade Alive was more like a bright orange. Oh my gosh, my favorite blush from my Sephora picks, Dee Dee, has to be, my absolute favorite blush at Sephora has to be the Valentino blush. So if you didn't see my short, I showcased the fact that I have finally completed my collection in the Valentino Make Me blushes. But I will say that this formula by Rare Beauty is kind of reminding me of the same vibe. So if you maybe are wanting to check out a little bit more of an affordable blush and you don't want to spend as much as these Valentino ones cost, then check out these Rare Beauty ones, because I have been hearing really great things about them, even though I did just get these. But these Valentino blushes have that same kind of moussey feel in the pan, like that cream to powder type of feel. So that's why I just got sucked in and picked up 3 of these Rare Beauty blushes, because y'all already know, if you're not new to my channel, how much I love the Valentino blushes. So that's my answer for you, Dee Dee. The Valentino blushes are my absolute favorite from Sephora, hands down. I just think that the formula is really unique, but I do think that Rare Beauty has done a good job of providing us very lovely shades, and I'm very excited to try those out. Hey Stacy, how are you, girl? Thanks for joining. Balm flushes from Vanessa. Ooh, yeah, Kat. It's a perfect medium of the pomades from Groundworks and the balm flushes from Danessa. It's the texture I wish the Groundwork pomade texture was. Right, Kat? Totally spot on. I did need more blushes, says Kat. Kat, you're the biggest enabler. Seriously. Hey, Dana, welcome. I'm doing a Sephora haul. I just got done talking about these Rare Beauty blushes. If any of y'all are shopping the sale, I would love to hear what y'all got. I'm super nosy and I always want to know. So yeah. You finished your Valentino blush collection too, Stacy? You wore the bronzer and the highlighter the other day. Gorge. I have the bronzer right here. I got the refill. And then I have the highlighter as well. So I'm with you, girl. You make me very happy that I'm not the only one in the world that has splurged on this collection, but it really is that great, right? Anyway, so yeah, that's that. I'm also streaming on YouTube, by the way, for any of you that are joining. Please go ahead and hit a like on this video and send this video to anybody who you think might enjoy it, even on Instagram. Next, I got the Westman Atelier lipstick. Okay, I had to pick up the new shade Petal. Pretty packaging. I don't remember the Westman Atelier lipsticks coming with an additional sleeve like this, but that was a nice unexpected touch. I thought they just came in like just this box, because I've already picked up a few in the past, but this was a new shade and I love this formula, and look at how beautiful she is. It just looked like it was the perfect nude pink, like for every day. Look at that. Gorge. This is the Westman Atelier Lip Suede Matte Lipstick in the shade Petal. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Very excited. I also picked up 2 additional shades in my 2 top favorite concealers at the time right now. Did I need 2 more concealers? No, I did not. But I already had 2 of these Sarah Creel concealers in the shades 4 and 5. And then I already had the Westman Atelier concealer in the shade M2. And these shades are spot on for me already. But because I was being greedy and because I have no budget when it comes to the Sephora sale, like I have no chill. Oh my gosh, y'all, I didn't even swatch that Rare Beauty blush for you. I was like expecting to see a 3rd swatch right here, but I have to swatch it still. So the additional shade that I picked up in the Westman Atelier concealer is Atelier M1. So that's the swatch right there for Atelier M1. Has a slightly yellow undertone. And then in the Sarah Creel concealer, I picked in the Face Flex one, I picked up the shade 3. It's a little bit more rosy than M1, but I love this formula and I convinced myself that I needed a 3rd, even though I absolutely did not. Okay, so just because I forgot to swatch this last Rare Beauty blush that I picked up in the shade Grateful, let's do it right now. Y'all are seeing it for the first time. Ooh, my favorite brand for concealer, Tanya. Literally these 2 right here. I have really been enjoying and have really been impressed with this Sarah Creel Face Flex concealer. You can dilute it and use it all over the face as foundation, or you can just use it as a concealer. And she's beautiful. She wears really well throughout the day. Excuse my Pomeranian playing with a little plastic cup in the background. It wears so beautifully. It lays beautifully across wrinkles and texture on the skin. It has solid coverage. It's not drying. It's perfect if you have any type of skin really across the board, from oily to dry, normal, all skin types. Check her out. I know she's pricey, but right now, if you can get her on a discount, I highly recommend it. You get a good amount of product at 0.3 fluid ounces. In the Westman Atelier concealer, you only get 0.21 fluid ounces. So that's something to consider. The packaging is beautiful. She's luxe. She's heavy. You're going to enjoy the process of reaching for her and interacting with this product. Sarah Creel is a brand that targets women over the age of 40, but I'm 31 and I know, Tanya, you're around my age and she's still beautiful and lovely and works very, very well for me. So she's a new concealer and a new brand to Sephora. Sarah Creel just entered Sephora last year in 2024. And I've really been impressed with this concealer and with the lip primer as well. So if you're looking for a good lip primer, the Sarah Creel lip primer is really great. I've been really into lip primers lately. Of course, my pleasure, anytime. The Sarah Creel is worth the money, Violet Candy 97. You know, you're asking me what it's most comparable to. It really does compare to the, remind me of the Forever Skin Correct concealer by Dior. So I would say that this Dior concealer is a really close second. It could be worn all over the face. It comes in a lovely packaging component. She's luxe. She has solid coverage. It could be built up. It's not too drying. So for all those reasons, and it's not too luminous either. It's kind of like that Goldilocks sweet spot that I think a lot of people across a really large age range and of all different skin types can probably would like, that I've heard, like the Dior concealer. So that's kind of what it reminds me of. And I know a lot of people have this one, so that's why I mention her as well. Anyway. Okay, yes, the Westman Atelier lipsticks are stunning, right, Stacey? Stimulating the economy. That's exactly what we're doing, right? Okay, moving along, I did pick up 2 SPFs. This one from CL is an SPF 30, And it is marketed as a SPF and a primer, a base for your makeup in one. It claims to like provide a smooth base for your skin and also hydrate your skin. So it says mineral SPF, makeup meets protection. Used as a base for makeup to create a natural smooth canvas that enhances makeup grip for all day hydration, sun protection, and lasting wear. Apply liberally and evenly before sun exposure. Active ingredient is the zinc oxide 10%. So my dermatologist told me to look for zinc oxide in my SPF, and that's why I'm partial to mineral sunscreens over chemical. So I picked myself up 2 sunscreens / primers, and I really like the idea of brands starting to make like these 2-in-1 hybrid products, because I don't know about y'all, but my biggest pet peeve is pilling. And whenever I put on like too many layers underneath my makeup, whether it's like, you know, you first have your moisturizer and then you have your SPF and then you have your primer, and then by the time you get to like foundation or whatever, or the time you're even putting on your SPF as the last step in your skincare routine, it's like pilling on you, right? Like we've all experienced that. Like it's literally the worst. So hey Miguel. So then because I have combo to oily skin, I did pick up this ultraviolet one. They do have one for other skin types if you're not as oily as I am. So, but I picked up the one that's more mattifying. This is a super soothing, softly mattifying skin filter. It's SPF 50. So I've been testing these 2 out. So far, so good. I'll keep y'all posted. And hi, Anastasia. And I still realize I didn't swatch this Rare Beauty. Y'all, my ADHD brain, I kid you not. Like, I'm telling you. She's in the shade Grateful. Pretty, right? All right, let's give her a swatch right here next to the other Rare Beauty blushes that I picked up. Oh, y'all, the pigment on these, gorgeous. I cannot wait to put these all over my face. Look at that. I've been really into these bright, poppy blush shades for spring. Right? Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. So I have high hopes. I'm usually not like a big Rare Beauty fan because y'all know me. I like my luxury beauty. But I've been hearing really great things about these. So if I can find a dupe for something that's more pricey that I can recommend to people, I'm down. And I know people like that this product by Westman Atelier was pretty polarizing given the price, but you know, the component is luxe heavy. It feels like you're getting more of your money's worth with just the packaging alone on this, as opposed to the Rare Beauty ones. And I do like the fact that you are getting 2-in-1 products. So you really can't compare. They're apples and oranges. But I have heard that this is the Westman Atelier duos are very blurring on the skin. So I have high hopes for that. Let's go into a couple of more lip products. This is a huge haul, y'all. I do not give myself a budget when it comes to the Sephora sale. I have tons more things that are coming in, but I kind of refrain from purchasing a lot of makeup and new releases throughout the year because I anticipate the Sephora sale. So when I do these hauls, y'all, they are hauling, if you know what I mean. Okay, so I appreciate you sticking with me, and I will also be posting the replay if you're not able to watch the entire haul today. But I do like the Patrick Ta blush, Dee Dee. I want to see if I have one right here next to me. She's behind me, but I have the shade She's So LA. They're great blushes. It's just, yeah, you have to have like the right makeup brush too to make them work for you, just so that because they can come off like very highly pigmented. So sometimes you just have to be really careful. But other than that, I really do enjoy that formula. And I think that they're a reasonable price for getting a cream and a powder in one. And I love the fact that he made them to be able to be like the way he designed it was so that the cream kind of melts on top of the powder. But of course you can also use them the other way around as well. So I do like those. The hardest part is choosing which shade to get because there's so many beautiful shades. My favorite makeup brush brand? Well, if you're talking about synthetic brushes, because I am a makeup brush collector. I collect natural hair brushes, Japanese handmade makeup brushes. So my favorite brush brand and like place where I buy my brushes is Fude Bobo, and you can get 15% off if it's your first purchase through Fude Bobo's website in the link in my bio. But she has, you know, my favorite, like all the latest releases that she's really like been releasing are amazing, especially this little baby owl brush. I highly recommend for everybody. I love Sonia G. You can get Sonia G on Beautylish. So I like, you cannot go wrong with Sonia G. She has a special place in my heart because she's the reason I even got into Fude to begin with. But I hope that answers your question. What I was saying was, if you're looking for synthetics, like to get a deal during the Sephora sale for makeup brushes, the Sephora Pro line is great. Like, you really can't go wrong with any of the shapes. Even though I use nice Fude, like handmade brushes, I kid you not, right here in front of me, I literally have a brush from the dollar store. I got this from the Dollar Tree, y'all. So, like, even though I will splurge on like a Tom Ford brow product, a few of them, I still have this Maybelline brow gel here. So like, I will admit when like I see something that I feel like is comparable to drugstore, like this Maybelline one really reminds me of the Rare Beauty brow gel. So speaking of brow gels, if you're looking for a good one during the Sephora sale, the Rare Beauty one is great. But if you're looking for a dupe, this Maybelline one is really great too. So, yes, I'm partial to luxury beauty on this channel and higher end like makeup brushes. I still shop on a budget, you know, sometimes where, like if I see something that is good, I'm not going to hesitate to recommend it to y'all, even if it is like drugstore, because there's some things that I'll just admit, like for a very long time before I was able to afford my own luxury beauty, like before I was working, I was a student, I would wear drugstore makeup. So when it comes to complexion, I do really tend to splurge because I want my complexion to look as good as it can look, having suffered from cystic acne for so long, and with melasma and texture and all that as I age, hence the CO2 Cool Peel laser that I got earlier today. If you missed that, if you're new, I'm recovering from that, so I showed off my progress. I also got PRP microneedling. So yeah, I've just been like really excited about a lot of new releases at Sephora so far. So I hope that answers your question. Oh my gosh, you have to get the baby owl. Yes, I use it for foundation. She won't disappoint. Like, you're gonna love the baby owl. If you're familiar with the Sonia G, what is it, like the jumbo base? It's even better. You cannot go wrong. Everybody needs this baby owl. You can get her through the link in my bio. I really appreciate it if you use my affiliate links. I may earn a small commission at no additional cost to you, but I highly recommend her. Absolutely. Another really great foundation brush on the Fude Bobo website is the Bisciotto S517. I've raved about her so many times on my channel, so I'm not really going to go into that. But if you're shopping on Sephora, back to the Sephora topic. Sorry, I'm just throwing things around at this point. But House Labs, I've said it before, I'm impressed with the House Labs synthetics. And Sarah Creel's concealer brush is kind of pricey. Arguably a little bit pricier than what you really have to spend at Sephora. You can get a good synthetic brush maybe for less than this one, but it is heavy. She's gold. I love me a gold handled brush. The bristles are really soft. It's easy to wipe off and reuse. It's not white, so like it doesn't look gunky. So I do like it. I do enjoy it. Is it arguably a little bit expensive in my opinion? Yes, only because I know that like these brushes are like mass produced in China, and you can shop through the Fude Bobo website and get these really amazing natural hair brushes for such a reasonable price, especially right now if wherever you live is like your dollar is strong against the Japanese yen like it is here in the United States. So get your brushes, especially right before these tariffs kick in, and I don't know how they're going to affect Fude, but we'll see. The baby owl, yeah, let me keep up with the, catch up with the comments. Stay tuned though, don't leave because I still have more exciting stuff. Look, I'm about to talk about these Prada Beauty eyeshadow palettes, the Isomea products that I picked up, the Givenchy pressed powder, the YSL new lip oil, a few dry shampoos, so don't go anywhere. Ooh, Violet said she bought 2 of the Big Owls. It is gorgeous and it is worthy of picking up a backup. I highly, I agree with you strongly. And so if you're a fan of the Big Owl, you're going to love the Baby Owl. Trust me. Like, I love the shape. The density is perfect. The size, everything. I use the Baby Owl for foundation all over the face. And then I even use it for like my cream contour, my cream bronzer, cream blushes. And then you could even use, like, wipe it off on your towel and then like use it for powders too, which is great, right? I mainly use her for my cream products, but I love the fact that she's so versatile. Oh, did you get an ad, Kat? Yeah, I can't wait to try the Western Atelier blushes either, Stacy. I'm just tripping if you're getting an ad on my YouTube channel because you wear red blushes year round. Red blushes are worthy of wearing year round. I was saying because we barely monetize like fully on YouTube, so I don't know if they're running ads on my lives now. Y'all are have to report back. The YSL lip oil. I love it, Dee Dee. Spoiler, let's get into it. It's really that good, Deanna. It really is. Like, I bought myself another one because I liked her that much. Like, should I put her on, y'all? Should I put her on? Let me put her on for you, okay? First of all, the doe foot applicator is so satisfying. There is something, you know what it reminds me of? I was telling my friend Sylvia that if you've tried the House Labs lip gloss, it kind of reminds me of this formula from House Labs, but way better. First of all, the doe foot applicator in and of itself is way more satisfying. And like, I live for a chunky doe foot applicator. I don't know what it is about it, but I just love it. If you've tried those Dior lip oils with the fat applicator, it's just satisfying, you know, to like wipe across your lips. So like, but the way that the House Labs lip gloss has this like pigment reminds me of the wrong one. Reminds me of the shade in the YSL tube and in the lip gloss, like specifically. So I picked up in the House Labs one, the shade Macaron, and in the YSL lip gloss, the shade 44, which is a cool pink. But get you the YSL one, because like after I know that the YSL one costs more, right? But it's like, you get what you pay for. Like, the YSL one has a way of, I almost wish I could put them like side by side. Y'all think that would be like an accurate wear test if I did that? The YSL one has a way of like filling in your lips to make them look plump. Like, I kid you not, it like will make it look like you just got lip filler, but like the burning sensation really isn't bad. And people were complaining about the smell, but I kind of like the smell. Like, it smells a little bit like mangoes. It doesn't really burn on my lips, Stacey, but you know, some people are sensitive to that type of thing and I'm not. So I will say, like, if you are really sensitive to scents or smells, like, or the tingling sensation on your lips, maybe you want to skip it because it is plumping, but that's what makes it work, you know? This is going to feel really weird, but for y'all, I'm going to try to do like a half and half situation with the House Labs one. Because it is really like the closest, in my opinion, to like a dupe, if you will, like a more affordable option. But it doesn't have the tingling sensation, nor does it have a scent. So if you're sensitive to the YSLs and you decided you're going to skip it for whether it's the price, the tingling sensation, or the smell, and you want something that is unscented, costs less, and doesn't burn your lips, go with the House Labs. But it's not the same as the YSL. Like, on the lips, the effect of the YSL one is beautiful. So you see how they're both that kind of like milky pink. That's why they reminded me of each other like so much. Like if you didn't know that those were two different lip glosses, like could you even tell? Like, right? Until you let the YSL one kind of sit on the lips a little bit. And then it becomes obvious to me that this is a far superior formula, in my opinion. But again, I'm not sensitive. So those are the two applied. Again, YSL on my left, House Labs on my right. Both available at Sephora. Yeah, the Too Faced lip injections have way more burning sensation. So if you can withstand those, you can withstand these. It hardly tingles, right, Sylvia? Yeah, Sylvia agrees too, and she was worried about not liking them either. So it's not tingling my lips yet, but in a little bit, it'll start to tingle a little bit. So I'm curious myself to see if y'all can see a difference through the camera as I continue to talk and wear these too. And I really like glopped them on. Y'all saw that. But part of what I love about like the chubby applicator as opposed to the House Labs applicator, and I will say the same about these Dior Maximizers. The formula is really pretty. I really like these lip glosses too, but this tiny little applicator, I don't know if it's just me because I have like bigger lips or what, but like I cannot stand to like be dipping. I have to dip into this tube like 4 or 5 times in order to get like the amount of lip gloss that I want on my lips. So that's just, I don't know. I just really love everything about the packaging on this. So YSL really nailed it. And I still recommend those Dior Lip Maximizers. It doesn't bother everybody, but I just like a chubby applicator, and I think that it's very satisfying, and I will pay extra for that. Okay, let's move it along. So I did pick up an additional one of these Armani eye tints. Is that what they're called? These are really pretty. I'm looking for where I threw the packaging because y'all, I'm a savage when I get new makeup in the mail. Like the packaging just goes flying. So these are the eye tint shimmers by Armani. Love these. If I could swatch them on my face for y'all, I will, but I can't because I can't put on makeup yet since I just got my procedure done today. But let me just swatch these. So this is a shade 9S, and if you're like not one to want to mess with like powder eyeshadows, if you're a working girly like me who you know, just wants a quick one and done eyeshadow look, these are perfect because they will stay on your eyelids all day. They won't crease, and they have the most beautiful shades. They're so easy to apply. They're not gimmicky. This one's in the shade 9S. And this one is in the shade 67S. And this one's really gorgeous. I wore this all over the lid the other day. And I filmed a reel. I just haven't finished editing it. But I showcased in my reel how pretty it looked as like a 2-and-done eyeshadow look. Like a, you know how they say 1-and-done? These are perfect 1-and-dones, 2-and-dones. They come in a ton of shades. And the way I was rocking it was by throwing in one of these Merit Solo Shadows in the crease, which I also recommend for the sale. I have multiple shades, and they're super easy. They're like this really gorgeous, kind of creamy, moussey formula. And yeah, these come in like just your solid neutral browns, just these really like perfect one-and-done eyeshadows to just throw into your crease, or throw into your crease and then add one of these really pretty sparkly liquid shadows from Armani on the eyelid. That's how I've been liking to rock them. So that shade that I just swatched in the Merit Solo Shadow was the shade Studio, but I also have the shade Mid-Century. So if you have a little bit of a deeper skin tone, you can do Mid-Century. pretty. And these, even though they're like creamy, it makes them really easy to blend out. They really do stay put. You don't even need like an eyeshadow primer. And what I also really love about these that I'm recommending is that they all play very well with eyeshadow. So you can totally still layer eyeshadow together with these creams, and not all creams play well with eyeshadow formulas. So, and that last one was in the shade Brune, and then the last shade I have is in the shade Vachetta. So I know these are super popular, which is why I'm swatching them for y'all. But they really are great. So highly recommend these two. So that wasn't part of my haul, but if I didn't already have all these colors, I probably would have picked up another one. So that's if anybody is interested in those Merit Solo shadows. Again, that was the shade Vachetta, that last one. Okay, so now I'm going to transition to the eyeshadow palettes by Prada that I picked up. It does look so glossy, right? The lipstick, I mean the lip gloss. I can tell that the left side is slightly more plump, y'all, but I don't know if it's going to translate on camera. You can certainly see, I'm hoping that you can see it on the camera. I don't know if you're going to be able to, but I can see that the House Labs lip gloss is settling more into my fine lines on my lips in a less flattering way than the YSL lip gloss already. And instead, the YSL one is doing the exact opposite. Given its plumping effect, it's filling in the lines of my lips instead of having that formula and that pigment settle into the lips like it's doing on my right side. I have not tried the Prada mascara, Dee Dee. Thanks for asking. No, but my friend Sunsere tried it. And I don't know what her updated thoughts are. I know she did like an initial wear test. Kat, if you remember, or if anybody else has tried the Prada mascara, please let us know your thoughts. Gucci also released a new tubing mask. Look at how, look, I'm trying to wipe these swatches off, and this is a testament to its lasting power. Look, and this is just like a dry cloth, by the way, but still, I'm putting in some elbow grease. And these shadows are not budging, y'all. Look at that. I'm telling you, they really stick. Look at that. I'm using force. There you go. Oh, Sylvia says that the Prada mascara is a big pass. Interesting. Okay. Dee Dee, I would really, if you're looking for a non-tubing formula, I would recommend the YSL Lash Clash. That thing gives you major volume. Major volume. All right, now I'm going to move on to like trying to take off the blushes. And y'all, look at the blushes. They're having some pretty good lasting power too. You see that? Pretty impressive. Oh, did she toss it? I thought she compared, am I going crazy? Did Sun test the Prada mascara, or was that the other mascara that I'm thinking? So even right here, the swatches of the lip glosses on my hand, what's interesting is that you can even see them kind of wearing on my hands similarly to what I see the effect on my lips is that like the YSL one is still remaining kind of like plump. And I don't know if you can tell on camera, but like the House Labs one is like more oily maybe, or watery, and it's kind of like dispersing more. And the YSL one is doing a better job of like staying in place. So anyway, there's that. Let's keep going. So the Prada. Oh, Sylvia says she recommends it for those with sparse lashes. Oh, she returned it. So I guess our friend Sun returned the Prada mascara. She wasn't impressed with it. Yeah, no problem. Look at how pretty. So Prada already had some eyeshadow quads that were out and released on the market, but all of them had like this really bright pop of a color in them. So like the whole palette would be neutral, but then it would have like a pop of purple or like a pop of red, or like a pop of blue. And finally, they released some new colorways in these beautiful neutrals. So these will be my first experience with Prada eyeshadows. I have heard nothing but amazing things about the formula of these Prada eyeshadows. So very excited to try those. I hear that this brown right here is like a really pretty like bedroomized brown. So let me, I actually kind of want to swatch this one for y'all. So I'm really excited about this one. Look at that cool shift on it. Pretty, huh? It almost has like a wet effect look. So I'm just going to swatch her right here. Ooh, it like shifts, y'all. It looks different colors in different angles. That's pretty. You see that? Beautiful. So yeah, I'm really excited to try out these eyeshadows. As a first impression, they feel super buttery. And that's what I keep hearing about these eyeshadows. Look at that swatch, just so smooth. So very excited to try that out. Maybe I'll just try the accent shade in the other palette for y'all. So they still kept like an accent shade, but they made it like a more neutral accent shade. These are just really pigmented and super buttery feeling, y'all. Like these are very high quality eyeshadows. Pretty, huh? Beautiful. Yeah, very excited to try those out. No fallout, says Stacy, that she wore these already. Awesome. Glad to hear. Yeah, they almost feel creamy to the touch, huh? Yeah, the YSL is a plumping gloss formula. And House Labs is a lip oil formula. I know, Peach, but what is so interesting is that the YSL Lippy is a plumping lip oil. So I know, and the House Labs is a lip oil, like you said. Yeah, I mentioned it. So the House Labs just kind of reminded me of it without the plumping effect. But it still has like that same tint. So I was comparing it for those that maybe wanted to skip the YSL one for the plumping effect. Okay, so our friend Sunstory compared the Prada mascara with the House Labs mascara. She liked it more than the House Labs at first, but then she loved the House Labs mascara more. She then tossed it or returned. I think she returned the Prada one. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's keep it moving. So I did pick up, okay. Tell everyone I say hi, Dee Dee. It was so nice to see you and talk to you. Of course, thank you so much for joining. Send everyone loves and hugs and kisses. So I also picked up the Givenchy, the new pressed setting powder, y'all. And then I'm almost done, I promise. I just have a few more things here. We're going to get into the hair stuff and the Isomea stuff. And then I'll pretty much be done, I think. Yeah. For now, until my next haul, right? So I will say first impression is the pressed powder from Givenchy has a scent to it. So if you're sensitive to scents right away, you should know that. However, everything else about it is I like, basically. Is it going to be replacing like my Huda Beauty loose setting powder? No, because I'm a setting powder girly through and through. But for touch-ups throughout the day, I've been testing this all week long. And I really do like it. So for like a touch-up powder, she's good. She's blurring, she's mattifying, she's smoothing. And the shade in the pan does match the shades that the beloved old formula in the loose powder reflected. But, you know, everybody was upset since the reformulation of the loose Givenchy powder. So they came out with these press powders, and I guess for now it's supposed to satisfy the itch, although we all still miss the loose powder, right? From Givenchy. Okay, one more lip product. I picked up the Armani lip gloss. I already had the coral shade in this same formula, and at first, oh, you got a TurboTax ad? Interesting. Thank you for watching the ads, y'all. I appreciate it if you do, because it does help my channel. So the Armani lip glosses, I at first thought that these were overpriced and seemed to me like a basic lip gloss. I proved myself wrong, apparently. At first they gave that impression because and to be specific, this is the Prisma Glass, and I picked up the shade Nude Glow. I already had the coral one, but the shade Nude Glow is new to me. And I'm very impressed with this lip gloss formula. It doesn't leave the ring of death that we all hate, if you know what I mean. And like, it's just a solid formula. Again, with a small little applicator, whatever, but I'll look past it. It doesn't have any scent to it. And I just really wanted to add this shade to my collection because it's just like a really gorgeous, like, nude gloss with like a slightly like pink shift to it. Excuse me. So yeah, so pretty, right? So I thought with just like a lip liner, that would be the perfect nude lip gloss. And maybe I was also inspired by the fact that I had picked up a couple of the Isamaya lip liners that were just released. And specifically, I picked up the shade Tonka and Bean. So I did put up a story the other day showing these swatches on my skin tone, but this is the shade Tonka. It reminds me of Endless Cacao by Makeup by Makeup Forever. So if you have Endless Cacao, you don't need the shade Tonka. Probably they're very similar. But I will say the formula so far seems like it's great. As a reference, maybe we can put it against Stone for MAC. From MAC, I mean. So it's similar to MAC Stone, Makeup Forever's Limitless or Endless Cacao. But yeah. So then you have the shade Bean, which has more of like a red undertone. Sylvia, you said Bean looks so good. It does, right? I'm wondering if it's going to be like too pigmented, but I don't think so. Because they blend out, y'all. That's what I've been seeing. See, before they really set, they give some time to blend. So if this was the type of formula that made it difficult to like blend out, I would say maybe these are like a little bit dark. But because I know I can kind of fade them out like that, that's what I love in my lip liner formulas. And I find that these like sharpenable wooden pencils are like the best at that, because the more long wearing ones are more like waxy, and they just don't like give you that nice blend or fade as easily. It's almost like comparing like the way you can, I don't know, like fade out crayons or colored pencils as opposed to markers, if you will, right? In a way, I don't know why that comparison popped up in my head, but excited to try those lip liners nevertheless. And then very excited about the Isamaya sculpting stick. I picked up the shade Oak. Shout out to Sylvia for swatching the shade Oak on herself, because I was really just not sure which shade to pick up with these Isamaya products, since online she does not do the best job at showing us these swatches. But yeah, I can appreciate, like, I don't know, I was just curious to try this contour stick because I like using a cream contour stick like this that's more precise to like give a little bit of a shadow behind my lip liner, contour my nose a little bit. So that ended up being a win. Solid, neutral, cool brown tone, perfect for a contour stick. So The formula seems pretty good so far. I haven't tried it with a full face of makeup, but I was looking for a shade that was a little bit cooler than my Victoria Beckham Sculpt and Detail Contour Stylist in the shade Marble. These remind me of the Westman Atelier like Truffle and Biscuit contour sticks, but except these are the smaller version. But literally, like, the shade Oak is the shade Biscuit and the shade Marble is the shade Truffle. Like, that's really like what they remind me of. So it's interesting. Yeah, I mean, the formula looks promising and everything. I'm really excited to start to test this out as a contour stick. Oak is gorgeous, right? As a lipstick too? Oh, interesting. Sylvia says she uses the shade Oak as a lipstick. I wonder how that would look on me as a lipstick. Wonder if it would be too cool. I'm for sure using it as like a lip liner type of situation. So very excited about that. And then I'll be pairing it with one of her lip liners. So I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on those. Okay, and I think we're wrapping this up now, but I did pick up these 2 dry shampoos. So I picked up the one from Day and the one from Bondi Boost, the Root Boost Volume Powder. I do like the Bondi Boost dry shampoo in the aerosol. So because I like that one so much, I decided to try their volume powder. So it's or I guess this isn't even this isn't even a dry shampoo, y'all. This is just to help you get more volume at your roots. So my bad, not a dry shampoo. Root volume powder. I love me a good root volume powder though. I swear by I think the brand is like Big Sexy Hair. And it's like in a red bottle, but I don't know. It's kind of been difficult to find lately. So I've been looking for a good alternative. And so then this Day one is the Fairy Duster Dry Shampoo, which claims to absorb oil, add volume, and extend styles. So very excited to try her out. Let's just give it a spritz. Testing out the components. So far, so good. It has a scent, but it's pleasant. It's that like cactus scent. If you're familiar with their like other product that's like in the creamy, it's the creamy product in the tube. Okay, it's looking like it's not leaving a white cast. And it totally did suck up the oil right there. Looks promising, y'all. Tomorrow's a hair wash day because this has now been a full week as of tomorrow since I last washed my hair. So my hair is pretty dirty right now. But I'm telling you, if you didn't see my backyard chat the other day mentioning the Dyson Airwrap, it's been a week and my hair still has this amount of volume, as dirty and oily as it is. Like, that's crazy to me. So check out the Dyson Airwrap. Like, every time I use it, I'm just like, why do I use any other tool for my hair? Oh, a few formula breaks happened last year. Interesting. No wonder. Yeah, but I'm a big fan of their Root Volumizing Powder. And so I've been using it for years. So happy to find a replacement, but there just isn't very many similar products like that on the market. So that's interesting. Peach, thanks for sharing. Oh, a Barbie ad. That's interesting. But, oh, one last thing is this MEJ Mini Boar Bristle Brush. I used to have a boar bristle brush that I picked up at like Target, and I have been using it for the longest time. It has like a wooden handle on it, but I wanted to kind of step it up a little bit, and I just got sucked in, y'all. Look at how freaking cute this handle is. Literally, that's probably what ended up doing it. I'm such a sucker for pink, and it's so beautiful. Look at that. Like, I want that on my nails, stat. So the bristles feel nice and like stiff but soft. So I like to use these type of brushes to do like slick back ponytails or like slick back buns. So I picked her up. And yeah, I think that is it for this first round, for this first Sephora haul. Like I said, I'm still picking up more stuff, so I will be having lots more deliveries for y'all to do a round 2. If you're watching this live or if you're watching the replay, I would really appreciate it if you like this video, subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Thank you so much for joining me today during this haul and this late night, Friday night chat here on YouTube and on Instagram. And yeah, stay tuned for more updates on how I heal after this microneedling and cold peel CO2 laser situation, if you're interested in that. All I did after the procedure today is put on some hyaluronic acid. So my skin is, like, my face is still very much swollen a little bit right now, but I kind of like a little bit of like the effect that it has because it's just like really plumping. So it kind of just looks like there's like a bunch of filler in my face or something like that. But yeah, stay tuned for more updates on that. Hey, Mike, Coder. I'm just logging off now. But yeah, have a good rest of your night, everyone. What Stacy said. Oh, did I miss it? Nice haul, did good. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Sylvia. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, everybody. Stacy for joining. Bye, Mike. Have a good night, everyone. Love you. I am going live on Sunday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, both on Instagram and on YouTube. I'm going to do my makeup for church, so we'll see how my skin is progressing by then. But it'll be the first time that I put makeup on after this procedure. So I hope that you come back, and I will see you soon. Bye.